Hey y'all, welcome back to GGRC. Splatoon 2 was just released, and one of my favorite things about the sequel is the addition of the Salmon Run mode. The one thing I've noticed playing Salmon Run is the fact that even though you're forced to take a couple tutorials to learn the basics of the mode, players still seem to be a little confused by a few things, and some just don't seem to know what they're doing at all. So I gathered up 12 starting tips to help you get better at Salmon Run. This isn't everything you need to know, but it's a good list to get you started making your own strategies. Okay, starting with number 1, keep the area inked. I know it can be tempting to always save your shots for the salmon, however, it's a good idea to keep as much of your ink on the ground as possible. This helps you stay alive so you're not walking in salmon slime. This lets you duck into your ink if you need to retreat or refill, and this also makes sure that every player has a path to get to the basket if they pick up a salmon egg. A good time to start inking the area is before the wave starts. During the countdown to every wave, you should be cleaning up the salmon slime or just covering clean ground with your ink, especially from the shore to the basket. Take care of the lower salmon creeps. Lots of times I see players gunning right for the boss salmon when they appear, and they aren't paying any attention to the less powerful salmon creeps. If in a group, these salmon creeps can do a lot of damage and take out your teammates. Don't let this happen. Help fight the creeps and help save your teammates from them if they are surrounded. This also helps with the first tip to keep your ink on the floor, as your ink will get everywhere when those salmon pop. Don't bunch up. It can be tough to not follow your teammates straight into battle every time and stand with your friends side by side taking out salmon. However, this is bad practice, as it'll be easier for the salmon to take you out. It's better to have a small space or vantage point away from your teammates so you can assess the situation and help with whatever comes up. Whether a boss salmon arrives or your teammate is down, you'll be ready instead of going down with them. There is a time to move together, but if you're fighting, you should have a tiny bit of space between you and your teammates. Don't go too far off on your own. If you do this, you take a big risk getting splatted by the salmon and having to trek your way all the way back to your teammates in a slow-moving life preserver. Many times, it's not worth the time and effort to go get one lonely egg when you have 3 more about to drop around your group. Learn all of the salmon bosses and how to take them out. I see many players, even though you have to play through tutorials to get to the main game, they continue to shoot at the bosses in the incorrect way. There's a handful of main salmon bosses that you can learn about in the tutorial, but there's also a few secret ones. They're all very different from each other, so memorize their patterns and retake that tutorial again if you need to. Learn how to use all types of weapons. One of the challenging things about Salmon Run is that the mode rotates weapons between the 4 players. There are always 3 waves of enemies, so chances are you're not always going to get the easy-to-use splat dualies or splatter shot. Make sure you go into the weapon shop and practice all kinds of different weapons, grenades, and special abilities, because you never know what you're going to end up with. On that note, don't forget about your grenades and special abilities. I'm guilty of this myself. I'll play through 3 waves of Salmon Run and not use my special ability once. Sometimes that's okay because it wasn't necessary. However, using your special ability can be the difference between saving you and your teammates or wiping the whole run. Don't sit there with those eggs. I see a lot of players continue fighting, either not knowing they have an egg or ignoring it. Make sure you slam dunk those things into the basket as soon as you can. Remember, the objective of Salmon Run is to get as many eggs as you can. Don't settle for just the quota. Know where the basket is. I see this a lot. A teammate grabs an egg from a recently defeated boss and then takes it clear across the map to where the basket was in the last wave, but the basket was right there the whole time. Make sure you know at the start of every wave where the basket is. Look for splatted teammates. Always pay attention to your HUD because there's vital information up there. Specifically, information about whether your teammates have been splatted or not. If you see an X over a teammate in the top left corner, that means they've been splatted. Make sure to get to them when you can, because if one teammate is down, the team is weaker, and this could lead to a wiped run. Also, side tip, you have to shoot your teammate's life preserver to actually bring them back. Get back to your teammates when you're splatted. When you're splatted, it's not entirely up to your teammates to bring you back. You need to figure out where your teammates are and head towards them. Make it a little easier for them too. Hit the proper direction on your D-pad to signal for help as well. I have run across players not helping to bring players back in the game, and whether this is on purpose or because they don't know any better is beyond me. But if you find yourself in this situation where no one is bringing you back, just get yourself to where they're shooting and bring yourself back. Remember, them shooting you is what brings you back, whether it's accidental or not. And for my last tip, and this might seem obvious, organize a team. Find friends of yours who play, or find others online that you can coordinate with. Create a team of 4 and get on Discord chat or the really confusing Nintendo phone app thing and coordinate with each other in the game. This will definitely alleviate a lot of the issues you might be having with communication in the game. Well, that's it for my Salmon Run starter tips. If you have any tips of your own, please share them in the comments. I'll see you next time on GGRC. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out some of the other GGRC episodes. And if you're feeling a little retro, why not jump into the Quake grave, where you can watch me play through a lot of different custom maps in Quake. Enjoy!